the one change from the side that comfortably defeated SV Reed on Friday night, as Krzysztof Janek starts, having made last season's loan move from Sparta Prague. Permanent one. Brazilian defender João Tornish had a similar agreement. Xavier Nguyamba and Kasper Jorgensen make their European debuts, as does Texan Samuel Adeniran, who had 5 goals in 4 games to start his season. Well, Martin O'Neill wants Celtic to aspire to this club's greatest ever achievement. The past resonates throughout this grand old club, and while the modern era of football makes emulating the Lisbon Lions almost impossible, rediscovering the belief and the aura that they can captivate is controlled by a man whose legend only grew with his rescue act last season. Linz Athletic Sport Club, or LASK as they're affectionately known, are looking to break new ground into the Champions League for the first time. May saw them deliver just their 2nd Austrian title and their first since 2 years before Billy McNeil lifted the European Cup in green and white in Lisbon. They picked up where they left off in May, 4 wins out of 4. Goals flowing and confidence booming. So much of Celtic's season depends on tonight, the next Tuesday in Linz. It's a pressure that can inspire greatness, and moments that punctuate the history of this club. The Champions League awaits for one of Celtic or LASK, champions of Scotland against the champions of Austria. Former Celtic goalkeeper Joe Hart's alongside me. Joe, you've been out in America at a World Cup final. This is the real stuff though, isn't it? There's a ball in behind and an early shot, and what a goal! But the flag is up. It was some finish from Moses Usor. The away fans have just realised, as the goal is chalked off for offside. An early warning though.
Well, that is their threat. That is what LASK do. It's tight. It's really tight. Look, offside or not, look at this finish from Usor. Wowzers. Top corner. That is an absolute wake-up call for Celtic. A lot of positivity at the start of this season. You talked about Rory, but this is the business end to the Champions League. LASK riding high. Confidence is high. And they're here to do a job. If they can create any sort of uncertainty in Celtic Park tonight, moments like that are going to help them. Do you know what, I was just caught, Rory, as well, taking in the magic of this place during the Champions League. I watched Kasper, and he drank in every single moment of the anthem, You'll Never Walk Alone. But that is a real reminder, for myself included, this is a really, really serious game of football.
It's been a wet old evening in Glasgow, though. It's dried up as we approach kick-off, but the dark cloud of Kairat Almaty still looms over Glasgow's east end. And again, in behind, Celtic in trouble once again. This time it's slipped wide. Well, that's twice, and Celtic won't get many more warnings before they go behind.
It's so simple both times. It's been so simple, just getting the wrong side of Carter Vickers. Trusty a little bit deeper. He gets his body in front of him. And that's a really great opportunity.
Samuel Adeniran with a glorious opportunity for LASK.
Did well, he got his body in front of Carter Vickers. Quick centre half. Then he was in the lap of the gods. And Masala did well, made himself big, dragged his shot wide.
So direct two that they play up front, 3-5-2, and Martin O'Neill was touching on in his pre-match. That's a system very familiar to the one that he deployed in his first spell with the club.
So effective it will be as well if they're away from home. They're organised, compact. They know they can just rip it round the corner. High line from Celtic.
Here's Nygren. Celtic begin to get a bit of control with possession. Mika Bauer managed half an hour up at Tannadice on Saturday. Make his debut, but the first start for the German under-21s midfielder, signed from Paderborn.
What an opportunity for him. I'm sure there were many teams in for him. Nights like this is what sold him, what convinced him to come to Celtic. You've got to earn that spot.
Celtic now seem to have settled after those two very early and rather large scares, so they have survived. Denerin knocks it back. Bello American. Tornik, the Brazilian, and into Ljubicic. Jusor. Trusty gets the touch that allows Tierney to gain possession. Bauer. Out to Yang. New haircut, he looks a lot like David Maeda on the left hand side, doesn't he?
Dumbarton, he's rocking tonight there, Yang.
Now Camilo Duran, first chance to have a run at Bello. McGregor, the captain, manages to squeeze that one out to Kieran Tierney.
So compact immediately, Rory. That shape, so tight. Giving up the wings. Have to play some slick football to get through this.
They've only conceded one goal in their 4 games so far. Restarting the new season for LASK. It's been very impressive. A big win in the Cup and then 3 victories to start the league campaign off.
Yeah, look, I know it's only 5 minutes in, but up against a team who believes in their system and knows how to play it immediately, you can see that.
Yang goes down and wins the free kick. McGregor thinking about taking it quickly.
Just bounces up. Clever player. Yang just takes the hit, sucks him in. Gives Celtic a really good opportunity. 22 yards out. Nygren and Bauer over it. Always want a left foot and a right foot option. The goalkeeper, it makes it so tough. You can't go early, you can't predict. As well, Rory. Zippy tonight. Nice firm pitch with the weather that we've had, but put him under pressure, make him save it.
Bauer and Nygren are the two over the free kick. It's the Swede that looks the heavy favourite with the left foot.
See him just orchestrating Carter Vickers, Callum McGregor and Yang, just making it as difficult as he possibly can. Keep the goalkeeper honest, keep him rooted to his side.
It is Nygren and it's straight into the wall. Bauer quickly back to the Swede. Trusty has stayed up, and here's Turan! Then Ljungberg manages to make the save, the first threat from Celtic. The long ball will test Carter Vickers, but he was steady under it.
Sharp, Duran doesn't quite get hold of it, but Youngbert makes a good save. Good early moment in the game for the goalkeeper.
Donovan is in for Alistair Johnston due to the injury for the Canadian right back. The suggestion was that may have forced the move of Arnie Engels, who didn't want to risk an injury having seen his teammate pick up a problem and took the temptation to go down to West Ham.
Just thinking this month of August, business is so important.
Really trying to get in behind. Tornish. Carter Vickers comfortably dealing with Adeniran.
Yeah, it's good from Carter Vickers that that ball's going to keep on coming. LASK know they only need to get one or two right. Adeniran mauling up for the battle with Carter Vickers. He's going to have a busy night tonight. It's really important for trusty Carter Vickers to be covering each other's backs.
Surprised that the American missed that glorious opportunity, bearing down on Sinisalo one-on-one. He spewed his shot well wide. Been in good form to start the season. Donovan, Duran on the move, if he can get a touch, which he can, but he couldn't quite steer it either into the far corner or into the path of Casper Hook.
They're going to be high. Bello caught on his heels. It's a perfectly timed pass. Duran just gets his toe to it. It's not enough, but it's really encouraging. Two opportunities for him already tonight. Really good football. Beautifully flighted pass.
Well, and when you see the way that these two teams approach this game and where their strengths lie, I'll put my neck out here. It's not going to be 0-0 after the head of the second leg. You saw in behind and with options in the middle. Support arriving with Ljubicic to send that in. Donovan got himself back into position, and then Sinisalo can pick up on the headed ball forward from Jorgensen.
Yeah, just on your point there, Rory, no chance. This is 0-0 tonight. There's a lot of quality. There's also two teams that could be hurt.
That's been the main concern from Celtic's opening games this season, particularly away at Dundee United at the weekend. The number of chances that Jim Goodwin's side had and hit the woodwork 5 times.
Yeah, they had that post rattled. I think the stats lied. I don't think there was any shots actually on target, but geez, they went in that goal. Celtic can't claim it to be perfect. They're not. Got a lot more work to do, especially like I say in this transfer window.
Gregor against Ljubicic, but then it's Horvath who takes over, and the skipper helps that one out to Adeniran. Sinisalo holds on.
A few times now, Celtic's strength is that midfield, losing Arne Engels, that physicality. Hoover just driving through. Adeniran, sharp save from Sinisalo. Stands strong, good balance, good hands. Slightly concerning how easy they're getting through the middle of Celtic.
Who now managing to get in behind himself, but that's taken away from him. Bauer tries to snap in and win it back, but it's with LASK and a chance to drive forward. Ljubicic drags that one into the path of Bauer, allows Celtic to get back on the ball with Casper Hook.
Tell you what, I hope they've had good pre-seasons, both these teams, because this is a basketball match. It's going to be a long 90 minutes. If it continues like this, Celtic have to get control of the game.
Kubar has never managed in the Champions League. Recently turned down an approach for the Russian manager's job. It's not currently the most attractive in international football.
When I heard that, I didn't even know they played games. Apparently they do.
Nygren and McGregor. Bauer wants it on the right foot. Deflection on the cross makes it awkward for Uboyamba, but sends it clear. Again, the front two looking to link up, and then Danek steps in. Horvath now and coming at pace. Adeniran to the left, he cuts right instead, and now Jorgensen arriving. It was just a little in front of him. LASK maybe weren't quite as slick as they could have been there, as Danek's header is straight at Sinisalo.
Horvath is just slicing through Celtic, straight through the middle, barely having to break stride. Just felt like he could have pulling his teammates into their stride there. It's a relatively simple header, simple save, but another warning sign for Celtic. Going to take all of Callum McGregor's experience tonight. Power coming in, no doubt he's a good technical player, but to play for this club, you've got to be up for the battle, you've got to win your tackles, stand your ground. Horvath smells weakness.
Austin Trusty, who keeps his place and keeps Liam Scales out of the team at the moment. The Irishman did play at left back at the weekend, allowed a rest for Kieran Tierney. Yang breezes past one. Then his touch just showed too much of it to Mbuyamba. Game for Martin O'Neill in Europe as Celtic manager. His last in the Champions League was a 0-0 draw here with AC Milan back in 2005. Back, launched forward by Andrade. And Tierney can bring it down and then tries to shield it from Usor. Celtic seen plenty of the ball, but it's when LASK have ventured forward they have looked the bigger threat. Duran. Negrin back for Donovan. Vickers had such a tough time of it last year. In fact, injured his Achilles in the game against Austrian opposition Sturm Graz in the Europa League last season. That ended his campaign.
Such an important player, experienced some really good years with Cameron Carter-Vickers. Was actually with him at Tottenham before he moved to Celtic. Real good prospect, but he's so important at this club, being fit and healthy.
Tierney for Bauer. Was well read though by Mbuyamba. Tornish to Mbuyamba, his European debut. Pick out for Danek, who's got a bit of space to operate in the middle, and picks out the pass for Usor. Tempted shot, comfortably blocked by Trusty.
Just think on turnover, Celtic, there's so many holes, they're not quite used to playing against this system. As I say, LASK play it very, very well. So direct, they're quite comfortable not having the ball, but when they have, they really want to do something with it, they really want to drive forward and expose Celtic.
Lubicic goes for that one, it's easy for Celtic to reclaim. Bowled out to Donovan, he's got Negrin running ahead of him, but Duran has gone over to the left hand side in an opening, but he couldn't quite sort his feet out.
That was such a great opportunity. From the moment it was a poor long throw, Gonzalo bowls it out to Donovan, it's on, just can he produce the pass, holds his well, run well, great ball, just can't get it out of his feet, feels the pressure of Bello.
goes from Andrade, and Ushor, the Nigerian, holds it up for Jorgensen. And Lubicic. Clipped in, but not over the top of McGregor. Nygren, now for Bauer. Celtic will look to move this quickly. Trying to go through the middle. Again, back comes Umbayamba. Against the reaction from the crowd.
So close to being a top ball from Bauer, just couldn't quite drop for who. Umbayamba did well getting back. They recover well, LASK. They are going to get caught out.
To Donovan. Nygren. Tierney has to turn back to Trusty. Donovan out to Duran. Part of this summer rebuild for Celtic. Nygren, and Bauer slips it through. Then across comes Andrade to make a fine challenge in the box.
Brilliant time from Andrade. Looks so good. Duran looks lively. Nygren has had a quiet game so far, but he's got that killer touch. Lovely little pass. Andrade just gets across. So strong. Moves, eyes lights up, goes to the outside of his right foot. Good defending.
So it will be Mika Bauer to take the corner kick for Celtic. It's comfortably knocked away by Adeniran. It's another loss for Celtic, of course, the set plays from Arne Engels.
I was just thinking that. So good, set pieces, penalties as well. But it's another great opportunity to be a set piece taker for Celtic. Huge responsibility. Mika Bauer stepped up.
Has left them light in the middle of the park, particularly with that 3-match suspension for Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain that was picked up a few years back from his time with Besiktas. Maybe came as a bit of a surprise to some at Celtic that he wouldn't be able to play in these 2 games. Of course, if you don't register them in the squad, then you can't knock the games off as they are passed by. That's good passing for Horvath. Coming in at the back post is Jorgensen. They're expansive.
Yeah, I like Horvath. He's at the heart of everything. Lovely one-touch play around the corner. Just checks back. Say they've got good numbers, LASK. Looking for the back post run. A little bit too much on it. They always feel like they're in the game, LASK. You can tell that. Quite happily absorb some pressure.
Well, Sebastian Pocagnoli caught a few people by surprise with the SFA appointing their new man, Scotland head coach. A few that will take his interest this evening. Colby Donovan yet to be capped. Kieran Tierney on the opposite flank. Callum McGregor is of course now retired from international duty. Duran. Tierney had a great goal scoring season last term. Here's Yang. Duran takes a touch and into the hands of Ljungberg.
Looks lively, Duran, looks settled. It's a really good option for Celtic out on his right hand side.
I think in an ideal world he would be wanting to play through the middle, probably with Casper Hoek, but the system not allowing that right now. Maybe something that Martin O'Neill tries out in certain games this season. Nygren, who's got a bit of space to drive into. Duran, Nygren's continued his run. Duran didn't quite get the weight on it, but he's scrapped to win it back for Celtic, and there were signs of his willingness and endeavours to track back at the weekend.
Yeah, tick all the boxes. He's got some magic in his feet as well. Especially talk about what you lose with Arne Engels, but with guys at Maeda, physical presence, going forward and back. There's a big void in this Celtic team.
Duran wins the free kick. It's a different physicality, isn't it?
Yeah, really
buzzing around for 90 minutes.
I wouldn't know, couldn't tell you anything about it. But yeah, you just watch guys and you get tired. But like I say, you take things like that for granted when you've got them in your team. When you don't, you need someone to step up. Good start though from Duran.
Where Celtic have spent good money this summer, but they've also brought in possibly more than they've spent, so supporters will be expecting more. There was some hope that they'd be able to bolster particularly that midfield before last night's deadline, but they didn't manage to quite get another player in. Would be asking a lot to vault straight into a game like this in any case. Turn back. Celtic try the right hand side with Donovan. McGregor had managed to free himself up in the middle. Donovan turning round to Martin O'Neill. He wasn't happy with something in front of him. Now he picks out Nygren with a crisp pass. Bauer, and that frees up McGregor. Forward though, cut off by Tornish. Duran wins it back quickly for Celtic. Nygren and Bauer. Nygren out to Duran. Donovan, show from Yang. McGregor joins in. Tierney. Couldn't quite bend that one round Jorgensen.
Better link up play from Celtic. It was crisp. Yang coming in off the line, creating some space.
Possession up around the 75% mark for Celtic. Nygren, lovely touch from Yang for Tierney. Can he pick out a teammate? It's just over the top of Bauer. It will settle for Nygren! Nygren stacks up, and what a controlled strike that sends Celtic Park wild, and they do get their reward.
This man on your screen scores brilliant goals. I said he was quiet, but you know that when he comes into the game and he wants to make a big impact, this is what he does. It's an absolutely brilliant finish. The wee man's not loving it, but everyone in Celtic Park is. Bauer just not quite tall enough. Look at the control here. It's an unbelievable finish. Watching it calm, composed, as the goalkeeper the eyes slightly, helps it into the top corner. Effortless from Nygren. Impeccable timing on the edge of the box for Celtic. He knows that's a massive goal. Sends this place wild.
What a strike from Nygren, who's already up to 4 goals this season, 3 assists to go with it. Scored 4 times in Europe last term, the Swede. He's such an important player. And it's quite incredible when you think that's 25 goals and 12 assists for him. and he still hasn't quite won over the support, but moments like that will help in absolutely no end.
Yeah. Look, I was talking before the game with Kasper, and it's not like he takes the game by the scruff of the neck, but if you've got a match winner, if you've got a goal scorer, he is a top player. No getting away from it. He's so important to this team.
Now Yang breaking into the box, out-muscled Mbuyamba using his power, and now Usor on the break. Jorgensen goes outside him, and the ball back to Danek, and back comes Trusty, who had to work hard there.
There's a lot going on out there at the moment. This is a really good game. I think it's just good, strong defending. Gets off, good confidence. And then not only that, they turned it around very quickly at Celtic backpedaling.
Celtic, who failed to score at this stage last season, got themselves in front despite having had a few nervy moments, but really since they saw off that early storm in the first 10-15 minutes, they've been pretty well controlled, the Scottish champions. Here is Nygren, the goal scorer.
That was such a beautiful finish, Rory, honestly.
Yang, one-on-one with Jorgensen, cuts in on the right, then goes outside. It will settle now for Tierney to swing one in. Donovan gets there first. Celtic sensing an opportunity for a second. They've maintained the control since the goal. To Usor. Trusty watching him closely. Usor does slip it through to Horvath, and Danek waited. Donovan saw it coming, and that was vital.
It really was. You have to cover each other's backs a lot. Not going to be just stood in your position out at right back. Attacked really well. Good timing, really good timing when they attacked LASK. Slicing through Celtic with relative ease again.
You know, the celebrations here against Hearts in May were absolutely incredible. But we were here for so many of the games throughout the campaign in the Europa League, and at times this place didn't feel like the Celtic Park that you knew. It does tonight.
Do you know what? It was such a relief to come up the road today, knowing that I was going to be part of a stadium that was united, pushing in the same direction. Great things on the horizon, because, like you say, Rory,
Carter Vickers.
There were some really tough nights last season. Credit to the club, credit to the fan base, credit to the players for managing to finish the season so strong. The manager was at some point, it did not look good.
Martin O'Neill did pull off a couple of big away victories in Europe, winning in Rotterdam against Feyenoord. That one was a surprise at the time. And then the win against Stuttgart, albeit that it did come with an exit in the knockout stage. Donovan fronting up well to Horvath.
Just on those results in Europe, they just felt like a side piece. It felt like they couldn't be enjoyed because they weren't taking care of things domestically, which is so important to this club, and you can never take that for granted, how difficult it is to slug it out week in, week out. A good start to the season allows them to enjoy tonight and look forward.
Now they're a big threat from set plays, and Usor's long throw is part of that, but he seemed to get a hold of it really. Again, out comes Colby Donovan.
I like Colby Donovan. Gives his all, getting better. A few nice passes this game so far as well.
Usor might want to try the ball a little better this time towards Ljubicic, but again, not enough purchase on the long throw. But here's Danek. Ljubicic goes Carter Vickers. Cornish with the low ball across, and Andrade just couldn't quite take it in his stride. Now Celtic might look to exploit some gaps here. Yang will run with it. Jorgensen trying to keep up with him.
Yeah, they really did commit to those Uso long throws, and they're not as long as we've seen in recent times. So it's a great opportunity when Celtic turn it over.
Camilo Duran, who scored 5 goals with Karabag in the Champions League last season. Trusty, good pick out for Kasper Hu. Also 5 goals in the league and knockout phase for his club Bodø Glimt. Some headline ones as well. Double against Manchester City, Atletico Madrid, Inter. Horvath. Ljubicic. Bello. Oh, it's a wonderful ball from Bello. And it's converted by Adeniran, but once again the flag is up to deny LASK. The Texan disagrees. We will await the evidence.
Geez, that one felt close. That one felt really close. As soon as it gets a little clip, Bello's onside. Yeah, he's gone. No need to waggle that finger.
The confirmation comes from the officials. There's no real excuse there for him.
No, it's a really good header actually. Clinical header.
Quite hang on to it. Ljubicic. Horvath looks for Jorgensen. Tierney going back. Now Bauer. Nygren to help it up to his striker. Kasper Hu picks out Bauer. Oh, just not quite. It was almost the pinpoint pass. Jorgensen, Trusty away. Daniek. The drive comes in from Andrade.
Yeah, speculative effort, but good hands, concentration.
Well, coming up on TNT Sports, Hull City against Manchester United on Saturday from 11 AM on TNT Sports 1 as the English Premier League season kicks off. The rain continues to batter down in Glasgow's East End. McGregor for Nygren. Donovan's pass is a bit slack. Not damaging though. Well, our huge summer of cycling continues with the third and final Grand Tour of the year. Every stage of La Vuelta is live on TNT Sports and HBO Max, with the race getting underway Saturday at 2:45 PM. Celtic win it back. McGregor. Tierney. Up went Hu. And it's Duran! And it's deadly! To announce yourself with your first goal at Celtic Park. A volley from 20 yards with the left foot, smashed into the corner in the Champions League playoff. Camilo Duran announces himself to Glasgow's East End.
everything about his performance so far. Yang pressing, turning it over, and as they get stood up into the box, they get enough on the first. Again, it's almost exactly the same position as Nygren. Gets his balance, gets his foot through the ball. A fantastic finish. Who causing havoc in the middle? Camilo Duran, take a bow. What a finish! What a goal! Technically perfect. Eyes on the ball, no chance. Pick that out.
Well, Celtic have been lethal going forward. This new look front line has come good early. Bauer now for Yang. Bit short with the pass, picked up by Ljubicic. But they can tighten things up at the back. And this could be a very positive night for Celtic. It already is. Nygren looking to free up Yang, who had space to run into. Well, two finishes of the highest quality from Benji Nygren and Camilo Duran.
Felt like they're in exactly the same position. Different finishes, but both beautifully timed.
Now Bauer, Yang's on the move again here. Coming across Mbuamba. Times the challenge. Celtic will have to settle for the corner.
Yeah, just slips before if it gets the contact required. Top start to the game for Yang quietly on that left-hand side. Great energy, great endeavour, real team player. Took one for the team in that circumstance. Felt that.
Bauer to swing this in front of the Green Brigade. Up goes Trusty. Well, he managed a really good front post split header at Tannadice on Saturday. Not quite mastering it there.
He does time that run well though. Trusty.
Well, don't miss the highly anticipated series Lanterns, the latest instalment in the DC universe. Episode 1 is available to stream now only on HBO Max, with new episodes dropping every Monday. Inside the final 5 minutes of the first half, which Celtic Park was silenced inside the opening minute when they thought that Moses Usor had opened the scoring for LASK, who twice had the ball in the net, but to be denied by the offside flag. What has happened up the other end has been sensational from Celtic, and they could do with another one here, but this handball decision goes against Benjamin Nygren, scorer of Celtic's first goal.
It's been no means perfect performance, but it's been really encouraging, really exciting. That's what Celtic fans want to see. Edge of their seat stuff. Of course, they want to tidy up at half time, have a little discussion about the formation they're playing against. When your team's got big moments in it, you've got a real chance.
Another Celtic goal could really deflate LASK. It will be in the back of their minds at the moment to make sure they stay in this tie. Make sure they've got something to fight for next week. They've shown plenty going forward though that they can be a threat. Usor manages to control it off the back. He will strike it with the left, and Sinisalo with a comfortable collection.
It's been a nice night for Sinisalo, solid. Usor just getting off the back of Carter Vickers again. Donovan looking to cover, mistiming it as well.
Bauer, lovely touch inside. Now Nygren. Yang did well to keep it alive for Celtic. Duran. McGregor, Nygren. Duran. His adrenaline must be absolutely peaking. So that thunderous volley. he appeals to the referee. He's got to get back into position because here comes Lubicic. It's over the top of Adeniran.
He's not happy, is he? Don't know if he needs to be given.
They're usually given, I think, would probably be the main argument for us to trusting.
I think they usually are, but when you're out of position like that, as a central defender, I think you have the argument after you've run back. No harm done.
Since Dietmar Kuhlhaber came into the club, they were 11th in the table, 11 points behind Austria Vienna. They overturned that. They've only lost twice in his 31 games.
I like what he's built. I like them as a team. They've been undone by two bits of absolute quality, but they'll argue at half-time, and I'm sure he'll make the point they could quite easily be 2-2 in this game. There'll be no giving up from this last team.
It was a nice idea from Nygren because Bauer had run into that space. It's Horvat. Carter Vickers down to Donovan. That's really neatly done from Donovan for Nygren. Yang's on the move, he wants it. Andrade kept one eye on the play, one eye on his man. It will be a last free kick for the foul on Danek.
That was so good from Donovan because that was a difficult situation, but they've beaten the press. Shows that if LASK do come out looking, Celtic can keep their heads and get through the lines. Another good opportunity.
How do you feel Mika Bauer's settled in?
I think the first couple of minutes was a lot. I think he's calmed down, got over a few set pieces. Look, you can't stress how important it is that he understands his role with Callum McGregor in this team. For whatever player he is, he needs to work with the Celtic captain. And that sounds like a selfish thing, Callum McGregor, but he's not. He's the most selfless man on the pitch, as we just see this beautiful finish from Nygren. It's very Matt O'Reilly-like. Sold for 25 million recently to Brighton. And this, like I said, exactly the same spot. It's a banger. That's all you can explain that one as. What a goal. Just talking about Bauer's relationship with Callum McGregor. They'll be working on it in training. He'll only realise how important he is to the club as he spends more time here. He's been thrown into this game, he's barely been through the door. But there's no doubt he'll get better. Technically a very good player. He's got to understand his role in the team.
Bello did well to keep that in. Inslides Donovan. Somehow he's managed to keep that in play. Brilliant from the Celtic right back, and that's enough to see out the half to a big roar as 60,000 get to their feet to applaud that first half from Celtic, and two of the finest strikes you'll see from Benjamin Nygren, the Swede, and Camilo Duran, the Colombian. The volley from the man from Santa Marta, the curling finish from the man from Gothenburg, and at half-time in this Champions League playoff game, it is Celtic 2, LASK 0.
your chances away, you're in trouble. Now they put one of the best finishes to see. Yeah. This is such a good finish, but you know, as you see, it's just marginally offside. But it gave them a warning. They gave them a warning and they didn't heed it. That was the problem.
That was the problem, yes. These two up front, who puts this one away, and Adeniran, the American, the bigger player, both causing a threat, aren't they, on the break?
They absolutely are. And this is the part that Celtic have struggled with a little bit. It's this bit here, and this is very rare that you'll see the Cameron Vickers gets done for pace. But it's a bad miss.
Yeah.
Sinisalo does really well, comes out close down. It would have probably been offside.
Maybe, yeah.
Maybe just fractionally. But this is where Celtic have to be really, really careful now. They cannot allow this to happen anymore. It's been too many times. Horvath, particularly for LASK, has controlled the game. They need to get that counter press going. When they lose the ball, they need to counter press quicker.
However, moments of magic, as you well know. Keepers can do nothing when players as good as Nygren and then eventually Duran do what they do best.
Yeah, this is an incredible finish. He actually starts to move it. It's a great movement by Yang. Comes inside, draws in the wing back, and then, you know, hanging out on the edge of the box. This could very easily have gone anywhere. And he actually texted him yesterday to say, I'm coming to the game, you better score. Boy, did he score. What a finish this is. I mean, this is just magical. And this is the thing about him. You know, they were saying in commentary, he divides the waters a little bit up here, but he scores incredible amounts of goals, and he provides assists. He's an incredible player, and what a goal.
Yeah, and then one gets two. Again, Tierney stands up the cross. This time it's Duran in the pocket.
What I love about this goal, first, even before we talk about this finish, which is incredible, is that they're pressing high, they're forcing high turnovers, and they're already up the field, but this finish is absolutely incredible. As a goalkeeper, one of the frustrating things, if you look at the two centre-halves, they cover the middle of the goal and stand in front of the goalkeeper, giving him no chance to see it, but I mean, the connection is just everything. The concentration is absolutely brilliant.
What does Callum McGregor say in these moments?
Well, he'll be saying, I know exactly what he'll be saying in this moment. He'll say, take the game to a tempo that they can't live with, which means every single time the ball gets out of play, get it back in play. Don't give them time to breathe.
At the moment, Celtic are heading to the league phase of the Champions League. It's half-time in the first leg. But so far, so very, very good on a wet, wonderful night in Glasgow.
really, really quick. Make sure you're aggressive, and that will shut down them.
Lovely stuff. It's already a good scoreline. Can it get better? Of course, LASK also carrying a threat as we go back to Joe and Rory.
Thank you very much, Matt. Celtic looking to qualify for the Champions League proper for the 4th time in the last 5 years, but of course all 3 of those qualifications were automatic. They haven't gone through a successful qualification campaign since 2017 when they brushed aside Astana, and since then there have been 5 teams that have taken care of Celtic, be it in the second, third or playoff round in qualifying. Celtic looking to end LASK's dream, getting to the top tier of European club football for the first time. That would end Austria's involvement in the Champions League, because Sturm Graz were knocked out by Fenerbahce after they themselves dispatched Hearts in Q2. Horvat, Deneran, get it back with Tierney towards Yang. Lubicic looks long and early, and Nusor, flag stays down, Deneran takes over, and Cameron Carter-Vickers made sure he didn't miss with that. Bello, Duran matching him, holding him up, forcing the mistake. Donovan completes the clearance. And Casper Ho wins the free kick, wasn't happy with the attention, the referee spotted it.
Yeah, Cornick, been all over him all game. Had a relatively good game against him so far. Casper Ho, got to stay patient, he'll get his chance in this match.
Daniel's trusty sidekick, Sean Maloney, alongside him, Stephen McManus and Mark Fotheringham, all involved as well. So important to get the full crew back together after what they managed to achieve last season.
That was vital once Martin agreed to take over officially. Rumblings that wasn't going to be the case. I feel like it's really got a heartbeat there, representing this club, special club to all of them.
Lubicic, Andrade who stepped in, Nusor, Jorgensen riding the run ahead of him, Nusor, again Donovan, well positioned, firm header clear. And you know, it's amazing, you think back to 18 months, and this time last year we were talking about that huge drop off between Bayern and Kairat. And then you look at this last 6 months and what Martin O'Neill came into in January to what the club feels like now is quite incredible.
Yeah, he's done such a brilliant job. Just staying calm, staying composed, getting the club back somewhat to what he knows it is, the historical club. Built on good relations, hard work, dedication, commitment. Celtic through some really tough times. Now they have. They want to sprinkle some stardust on it.
Tells you everything you need to know about the club that had one of their most rocky seasons of modern history, and they still came out with a double. They've got a corner here.
Crazy statement that, isn't it? It literally was uproar. Came out with a double.
Nygren to deliver this one. A few conversations going on in the middle. It does come short though to McGregor. Now Tierney steps up, he's got a bit of space, if he can work it on to the left. It did come off the hand of Danek, nothing that he could do about that. His right arm, I think, was supporting his body weight as he slid out to block the
proper save from Danny. Little 1v1. Wouldn't have been surprised, Kieran Tierney in that slot that we've already seen 2 goals tonight with the left foot.
Well, there was a time when the pressure was absolutely massive on those in the boardroom at Celtic, and it of course is still there. The demand from the club that this is a much more united place now. Duran
just on that Rory.
As for more.
As we well know, there's a good game and a half still to go, but the freedom hopefully they'll be given once, if and when Celtic can qualify for this Champions League. That's when they've really got to show what they're about.
Nygren, or who rather, there's Bauer. Well, having seen Duran do it in the first half, Mika Bauer fancied a crack, and why not?
Yeah, he should have gone with his left foot there. They don't go in with your right, apparently. Good timing. Straight down. Over throat.
Bello spreads the play to Jorgensen. Andrade out to Bello. In early from the American, finds Carter Vickers. Who wins another free kick up against Tornick.
Do you know what, little moments like that don't get unseen in a stadium like this and a support base like this. He's up there on his own. It's important to just win that possession back, be in the battle, get your body in there.
It's a profile of striker that Celtic haven't had for quite a long time, and it gives you such an outlet.
And we were discussing at half time, Rory, just even that presence in the box for the second goal, desperate header to the edge of the box, shows that threat, allowing Duran to come onto it.
Georgios Giakoumakis is probably the closest, but there haven't been many. Here's Tierney, Bauer, Yang. McGregor made a clever run off him. No gap to squeeze it through, but there is now for Bauer, and he finds his captain. It will be a Celtic corner.
Yeah, good patience, intelligent. Not seeing much from an attacking point of view from Callum McGregor. Good run. Great disguise there from Bauer.
Well, a contestable corner kick, and that one has been changed.
Yeah, just comes off his toe there.
Well, one back, and McGregor to Yang. Doesn't have much in front of him, does have Tornish. They've got his body in the right place. Short. Jorgensen. And the flag does now go off against Jorgensen.
Yeah, felt off, but good positioning from Colby Donovan.
Yeah, miles off. Yang. Nygren, so often the free man in the middle. Donovan, invited to go forward. Feed Duran. Fancies a run at Bello. Stuck to his task well. He claims the goal kick, and he does enough to convince the assistant referee on the far side. No argument from the Colombian.
More good positive play, 1v1.
Good touch back to Bello. Deneran occupying Carter Vickers in the middle. There's Callum McGregor managed to save the corner, and Donovan, under pressure from Usor, gets it clear.
Yeah, just starting to commit a little bit more. LASK Bello playing very high. Need to defend well, but as Kasper Schmeichel was saying at half time, with gaps in behind, Celtic to run.
Yamba, out it goes. He looks utterly shocked. Tierney, who will try to win that back and does so. Loose one from Ljubicic. Donovan. Duran. For once, there's a lull in the atmosphere at Celtic Park, waiting what happens next, and the next goal is huge in this tie. Bauer. Tierney into Nygren. Yang now, look to turn. McGregor, a slick from Celtic. McGregor now, Yang outside him, Nygren one in. Swede shields the ball well, protects it. Feeds Tierney. Oh, at the back post. And Andrade did just enough. Scrapping away was Bauer, then in comes Donovan. McGregor, Celtic sensing an opportunity, a deflection! And the post saves LASK. And that'll crank up the atmosphere. Tierney.
Yeah, turnover of play is really good from Celtic. McGregor just getting hold of him, I think there's a hit home. Just takes a deflection. Looks to wrap his foot round it. Oh, you take him any which way you can, don't you? Recognisingly close to the inside of the post. Youngworth will be delighted to see that one come out. Really good spell of play from Celtic though.
Duran. Donovan now well forward. Hooked into the middle. Yang is arriving. Jurgensen does enough. Kasper Hu claims the corner, but it will just be a goal kick.
Really, really difficult ball in. Donovan, a lot of concentration required. Foul. Getting a bit of the ball. Takes out Yang.
Bauer, his first touch is immaculate. Yang, McGregor got the warning from the crowd. Duran. Flipped in from Duran. Misses everyone.
Just turning up the pressure here, Celtic. Up on the front foot.
Carter Vickers did well up against Deneran, and that physical battle continues. The flag goes up. There's frustration now starting to leak into the front two with LASK.
It's only as the game goes on and your chances start to dry up a little bit that you think about potentially the opportunity you had in the early couple of minutes.
Neither of these two have a game at the weekend. It's full focus on Tuesday night back in Austria once this one is over. Who picked up by Danek, and a good pass as well. Horvat. Ljubicic striding in front of him. Horvat. Usor takes it first time and it rises just over the top. It's another opening for LASK.
More of that. We saw it in the first half. Just opening up for him. Acres to run into. He thought about taking the strike. Rusaw's claiming a touch. Laid almost on the plate for him, just leaning back that little bit. Never threatens the goal. Just shows dominant Celtic are being 2-0 up. LASK in this game. As you say, Rory, the next goal is so important to the tie. Whether it's scored here or over in Austria.
The LASK have scored 16 goals in their opening 4 games this season. Granted that 7 were against Karlsdorf in the Cup, but they've been a little wasteful in front of goal this evening.
There's obviously still half an hour to go, but as I say, I don't think anyone could argue if they were in this game. 2-1, 2-2.
Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain suspended for tonight and next week, and then a third game that he will also sit out the first match in the league phase, be that in the Champions League or the Europa League.
It's a real shame because he would have had a role to play tonight, 100%.
Yamba, Jorgensen, Trusty just ducks out a bit. Deneran coming across, he's a big specimen to deal with, the striker, and he's now looking to get on the end of Jorgensen's cross, but there's Carter Vickers. That continues to be a fascinating battle between the pair of them.
Kasper, who has been manhandled every time the ball's put up to him.
Usor in behind, takes it off the chest, turns Trusty. Sinisalo with a massive save to keep out the Nigerian.
That is a really, really big save. So simple in between the centre half. Trusty commit, stands his ground.
Well, Celtic just a little slack at the moment. They almost let LASK in again there.
He just sits Trusty down, so Carter Vickers puts the pressure, but he gets good contact, stands big, stands strong, reacts really well. See the balance here, Sinisalo can go either way, gets that foot out of the way. It's a really good save, sharp, low down to his right.
Well, are the Austrians going to regret these missed opportunities? Who almost sending that on to Duran. McGregor, neatly done, back to Carter Vickers.
I just feel like someone's going to play a card soon.
Martin O'Neill having a look to his bench. There's McGregor, who and Nygren for Yang, who's starting to make his move in the middle. Yang delays the cross, now sets up Tierney. Tierney's ball out from Andrade. Duran, it just wouldn't sit for him, he was tempted. Ljubicic loses out to Donovan, and here goes Duran again. And to strike it, it's dipping.
See this place falling in love with Camilo Duran. Work rate, quality, excitement. Celtic still feel they're going to need a third in this tie. Ideally they get it here at home.
Ball stays in. Celtic have it. Bauer just drops to his knees. He will be the one coming off. It's just hobbling away. I believe it will be Rio Hitati to come on for his first minutes of the season for Celtic. So first start for Mika Bauer, and it was just late on here, although the decision to take him off was made before that, and he just hobbled a little after it, but he's made an impression. Here comes Reo Hatate, his future very much up in the air, but the first minutes of the season and important ones to try and get Celtic to the Champions League.
Yeah, Bowers had a good game tonight, good debut. As I say, he'll learn that role in the centre of midfield for Celtic.
There's Alessandro Schupp, who's on for Krzysztof Janek.
Just hear the Celtic faithful singing for Reo Hatate. I've had many a good year. Such a brilliant player when he's on form.
Oh, that's magnificent from Duran. Fellow didn't know where he'd gone. Who, with the layoff, almost into the path of Hatate. Duran! It fizzes just wide.
Just can't predict this game. Every time Celtic go on top, they've let LASK in and they've wrestled back the initiative. Really good strike from Camilo Duran. Looks threatening, looks dangerous, he looks lively. I would love to see that nestle in the bottom corner.
Goes Yang and McGregor, but here's Adeniran from range again. It's another good hold from Sinisalo.
Good strike. A little bit further away from goal than he likes to be, Adeniran. It's a good hit. Goes well behind it. Slippy night.
Donovan, be careful here, let's find his goalkeeper. They remain calm. Trusty, who? Knee play off. Nygren. They always want to feed Duran. Donovan this time, adding some assistance. Nygren one inside, back to Duran. Oh, that is absolutely outstanding! And the third goal for Celtic is huge! This is turning in to one of those memorable, special Celtic European nights. And Camilo Duran has stepped up big time.
That was a work of art. That was absolutely beautiful. Clinical from Celtic. Clearing the space. Who getting that little touch around the corner? And here they go. Heads down. Nygren setting it up. He's already building a lovely relationship. Camilo Duran. Donovan taking defenders with him. Beautiful timing. Oh, put on a plate for him. And that left foot. Lovely finish, great weight to it. Youngworth has been waving them into his left-hand side in the first half. Can't get enough on it. Too clean a strike, too clean a contact. What a beautiful goal from Celtic. That is what it means. 3-0 up in the first leg. Trying to qualify for that Champions League.
Yeah. Well, there are two clear ways to become a hero in this place. One, you score goals against Rangers. The other one, you score them in European nights. And Camilo Duran, what a start.
Brilliant start, and listen to the noise. To know they've been here. A really exciting game of football with two good teams slugging it out.
Here's Forvan. Schupp. From Wolfsberger over the summer. Bello now. Celtic have got LASK exactly where they want them, but is there to be some encouragement for the Austrians?
Oh, the boring goalkeeper, if he's got a comment, Rory, look at this.
Celtic Park takes the volume to new levels. The number 11 Camilo Duran with a double. Shook. Buyamba. We saw.
So pleased for Kasper Hoog in that build-up. Little turn round the corner. He's beating off scraps all day.
Andrade frees it up for Bello. Deflection on the cross. Deneran, and it's all about the dropping ball. Shielded by trusty for Sinisalo.
And you know that's not it for the night. 3-0 at the moment, 20 minutes to go. This LASK team will not lie down. The faithful still believe. They know how important getting something from this game, anything.
They've got used to winning LASK. It's 9 wins in a row, but they of course weren't playing European football last season after their last conference campaign 2 seasons ago. Finished 35th place in the conference, but it's very much a new era under Dietmar Kubar. You have to go back to 2021 for the last away win in Europe. That was Maccabi Tel Aviv. Yang to Hatate, who, he almost slipped in Nygren. It's a night when so much has come off for Celtic. Look at the work rate back from Duran. He'll get the goal kick too, and that will get the congratulations from his teammate, and he'll hear the roar of 60,000 once again.
Yeah, if he's going to last 90 minutes, geez, he's putting in some shift for his team tonight. That's what Celtic showed earlier on in this piece. Kasper Hoog tackling back. Camilo Duran taking the hit for his team. Just so important on nights like this.
That sets the example, the tone. Kasper Hoog does brilliantly again, under the high ball. Celtic take it quickly. Was blocked off. That's a nice lead from Hatate. Nygren, who it wouldn't quite break for him. Perhaps all that's missing for Celtic, the goal for the big number 9. His old club, LASK Linz, are up to their antics again, leading away to NEC Nijmegen. This is the non-champions path. And Yang providing the cover down the left flank. Tierney. Lubicic will pick up the loose one. Tornish. Bello back to the Brazilian. Cornish in with the right foot, and Donovan a slice to safety, but it will be a corner.
Cornish really whipped that one in. Concentration is key for Celtic right now.
Well, before the corner, there is a change as Christoph Lang comes on for Moses Husam, we believe. Lang goes to the edge of the box. He's already scored 6 times this season, 4 games, 4 of those in the 7-0 cup win. Karlsdorf, as I mentioned before. But a goal threat, no doubt about that. Horvat. And it goes wide. Mbuyamba got the final touch.
I think that's where we've got to credit Celtic coming into this game. Got a great reputation on set pieces as being a real threatening team. That's the first real chance they've had from it.
Yang finds the space in the middle of the park. But it was split between McGregor and Nygren, Horvath, Jorgensen. Celtic just having to deal with a bit of pressure in these last few minutes. Can who hold up to try to reduce that? Not quite.
LASK thinking they need a goal in this tie. We all know what that can mean up the other end. I think one more. For Celtic, and it's definitely over. They're treading that tightrope at the moment, LASK.
Well, Liam Scales is coming on for Celtic. Missed the opening 2 games of the league season through suspension. Colby Donovan seems to just be struggling a little. Deneran flicks on. Carter Vickers covering the run, and the flag goes up.
Held that line well tonight, Celtic.
See Sebastian Chinecti as well, getting ready to come on. Deneran with power, and again Sinisal. Oh, he's had a good night.
Yeah, he's had a really good night making that save, especially at 2-0. And he's just been really neat and tidy ever since. Just stands his ground, doesn't get sucked down the line, says beat me at this angle, you can't. Not a pretty save, but it's an important one.
So Celtic will change up the left hand side with Kieran Tierney and Yunjung Yang coming off as Liam Scales and Sebastian Chinecti had an excellent game at the weekend, scoring against Dundee United. Those two come on.
Positive performances all round. Both Yang and Kieran Tierney having a good night. I do think it's great that both teams can rest up. This is such an important game in the football season early on, giving them that free weekend to really focus and give it the respect that it deserves.
The start of the English Premier League season at the weekend, and Hull City against Manchester United on Saturday 11 AM on TNT Sports 1. And the playoff round of the UEFA Champions League concludes next week with 6 live matches on TNT Sports. That's followed by the league phase draw, which includes Arsenal, Aston Villa, Liverpool, Manchester United and Manchester City. And as things stand, Celtic well placed to join them. Chinecti, his first involvement. Tate now. Scales. 3 subs getting involved. Tate. Colby Donovan has indicated to the bench that he should be fine. He's run off that issue that he was having. Sinisalo. Negrin. Now McGregor. Hatate now. Duran is on the move. He might have gone a little early. The goalkeeper gets there first, but it's still there for Duran. Now the flag goes up.
Not a nice position. He's flapping around outside your box there. He's done well. Tight might just be off. That's it. Yeah, been there.
Lang. Skills with the touch. Shoop. Horvat. Well seen by Donovan. That'll be a test if he was struggling at all. Negrin slides in. Here's Lang though. Deflected, and it will go out for the corner kick. Lang asked the question of the referee whether that came off the hand of Austin Trusty.
I think it did come off the hand, but it felt like a natural position. Yeah, just it don't know where he wants his hand to be there.
Sasha Horvat will take this corner kick. LASK feel they need something from Glasgow. Up goes Trusty, and again. Come back in from Lang though. Jorgensen. Then it's Callum McGregor who gets the touch.
Brilliant defending. Originally from Trusty with the header. Callum McGregor just positionally, he just knows how important it is, how big these moments are, no matter if it's 3-0 up. Can never switch off. He didn't there. Big moment for his team.
LASK asking the questions now. They are at that desperate stage. Again, it's Carter Vickers against Clear. Again, questions of handball as Jorgensen had the effort. The Dane again, it's a good ball back in. Scales, Horvat to slice it clear, and that will relieve some of the tension.
Yeah, body's on the line from Celtic. I think it just hits Benjamin Negrin's thigh. Good header from Carter Vickers. Drops here to Jorgensen, he's got all the time in the world, but two bodies straight at him. No, just catches his arm, it's attached to his side.
Well, I think Colby Donovan has continued to struggle actually out on that right hand side, so Anthony Ralston is currently the third choice right back with Celtic, but it'll be a frustrating one for Donovan if he picks up an injury to keep him out. Next week, but Celtic do have Anthony Ralston in reserve. Horvath. Jorgensen, one over, sends it in first time. Again, there's Trusty, and Tunekti will find who. Good hold-up play again from the striker. Tunekti taken out of it. That's as clear a yellow card as you'll see for Kasper Jorgensen.
Yeah, a little bit naughty that, but doing what he needs to do for his team. I think he realised Celtic were loose. The committed bodies, cynical.
Yellow card for Jorgensen, and listen to the reception for Camilo Duran.
And fully deserved. He's been unbelievable tonight. What a night for him. He's given everything for his team. Quality finish here, and here just effortlessly helping it into the top corner.
What a night for the Colombian, and he's replaced by a fellow new signing, Hissam Hassan. The Egyptian comes on for his first outing at Celtic Park. Anthony Ralston on for Donovan.
Really good night for Donovan as well.
Hassan slips that through for who?
Seems like every ball who's involved with, it's a physical battle, but he's more than up for it.
Hassan looks full of tricks.
I was watching him warm up, Rory. Breathtaking what he can do with the football.
He's lightning over short distance as well.
Really exciting player.
Kisatati teed up for Liam Scales.
The optimist in me said, go on Liam.
Oh, his eyes lit up.
The realist in me went, keep moving it round. Use the next team.
Carter Vickers reads it. Now he's looking for who to release. Hassan. He'll produce a corner. This is where Celtic want to play these remaining 6 minutes.
I think LASK are just starting to wobble. Celtic smell blood.
They've gone quickly. It's Callum McGregor.
Good, really good strike from that area. Some great left-footed bangs tonight. A little bit of wobble on it. Stands his ground.
Horvath. Shook. Lubicic. Shook. Bello. Horvath. Shook. Now with Lang. Almost Celtic's defensive discipline to see out this extremely positive scoreline that they hold to take to Austria next week. Amongst, I think, pretty much every single Celtic supporter inside the ground tonight would have bitten your hand off for this situation. Hassan was outside Bello. The American gets back to make the challenge. Celtic will settle for the corner. Arrival from Real Oviedo.
unmatched sharpness, no doubt. He can light up Celtic Park.
He had it at the World Cup, didn't he?
Really did. Really good signing for Celtic.
He actually missed the group stages because of a registration issue, but when he came into the knockout stages, he certainly lit it up. It was so unfortunate against Argentina. And it comes from Hassan. Touch from Jorgensen, another corner. This will suit Celtic very nicely.
They look to
Catch LASK out with the quick one. Goes Scales, Deneran. Now McGregor though. Scales, Chinecti wants it. Who calls for it in the middle? Chinecti, deflected by Jorgensen, another corner. And he's looked fresher this season as well, Sebastian Chinecti.
Yeah, he really has. He's got a lot of backup. Felt like when it was all falling on his shoulders last season, he struggled a little bit, started well. There's real strength in depth out on the sides for Celtic at the moment, exactly how it should be. He's enjoying himself.
Chinecti curling ball in. It's always worth remembering that when you come from somewhere like Hammarby, the Swedish league, where they play through the summer, there's no break for those players, and they go through the full sort of 16-17 month season. Chinecti, out comes the goalkeeper. Ljungberg bowls it out to Lang. He's got the pace to stride away from Ralston. Carter Vickers coming across. He holds him up, allows Ralston to get back in. Now Lubicic. Arriving is Andrade. Oh. Touch from Carter Vickers. Andrade. LASK haven't given up hope yet with 90 seconds of the 90 remain. Tornish. Straight at Scales.
Some block that from Liam Scales. Rather than take it in the chest, you want it right in the face.
The plan is for 3 additional minutes as things stand. Buyamba. Bello. Andrade. Bello. Space to cross, but it's closed down by Ralston, and now Hassan. He might fancy the run here. Andrade is exposed.
I absolutely loved being here tonight, enjoying this game. Felt really special. I think LASK played their part, excellent. It wasn't a perfect performance from Celtic, but geez, they got these Celtic faithful off their feet with 3 goals of the highest quality, some really good defending. And Milo Duran should be so proud of himself, really announced himself a top night, something that's proven difficult over the years for Celtic. They put themselves in a fantastic position.
Well, it's not done yet, but Celtic have put themselves very much in the driving seat. Just half-time in the tie, but they will head to Austria after a full-time score here in Glasgow of Celtic 3, LASK 0.
Well, we started the night talking about positivity around this place, and it has only grown over the last 93 or 4 minutes. That, of course, they need to take, as Rory says, to Austria next week, but Kasper Schmeichel alongside me. Green shoot.
Yeah, this was exactly what Celtic needed. This is what the players, the club, the fans, they needed a night like this. This was a complete performance. I thought Celtic were utterly dominant all the way through, apart from the first 5 minutes. Other than that, they were absolutely perfect. They were playing some beautiful football. They were controlled. They were disciplined. There was a couple of hairy moments. You know, they needed to ride their luck a couple of times, but you're always going to have that in games. but this is one of those special nights, and I know it's only half time, but they put themselves in an incredible position.
Well, they have, and at the start of a new season, when you've lost some of the players that the fans loved and that gave you so much, the new arrivals, if they turn out quickly to be the right kind of player, doesn't half help.
Absolutely. I mean, obviously Camilo Duran, what a performance that was. Even Mika Bauer, I mean, I thought probably the first 15 minutes he struggled a little bit to get up to the tempo of the game, but when he got that confidence, he grew into it, and he became a really, really vital player in this game. I was very happy to see Ray Hatate come on. You know, he's a fan's favourite, someone I've played with, really, really good player to bring on in a situation like that where you want to control the game because he can hold the ball up. But it was just a very, very composed, mature European performance in my opinion.
Yeah, and your fellow Dane, while he didn't get perhaps the chance to goal, Casper, because he's up there and occupying those three at the back, it gives Nygren and Duran others that little bit of space.
Absolutely, and what I will say, his part in Duran's goal, the third goal, is really, really important. Yeah. That's something that they've worked on in training, and that's the thing about a striker. Sometimes, you know, you'll have those frustrating nights. He's up against, you know, some big players there, so in that physical battle, but that one time where he came deep, he managed to get the ball around the corner, and that's when he's really, really effective. So I'm really happy for him, but you'll have wanted a goal, there's no question, but you know, as a player in the dressing room, you appreciate the hard work and the effort.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, you can see really on the faces of the players at full time, of course they'll think there's still plenty in the tie, and they showed enough on the pitch that there might be, but I felt at two ends of the pitch that the finishing, the predatory instinct was perhaps the difference.
Oh, they were ruthless today. Yeah. And to be fair, I mean, even when we count the offside goal, we've seen some unbelievable goals tonight. I mean, the third goal particularly for me, the build-up play was just perfect. When you're going against a team that's playing man-to-man as aggressively as they are, it was just the perfect kind of way to counteract that. You know, counter movements, her coming deep, round the corner, and then you're running at them. But you still need the ability to finish. And Camilo Duran, wow, he's a finisher.
I think we can get onto the pitch and start to get some Celtic reaction, as well as that of Casper. Over to Connie.